Good evening, everyone. Let me apologize about the delay, technical issues, but this is what we love. And again, let me just say, it wasn't Sub's fault. It wasn't my fault. Guess whose fault it was? The man on my right and possibly on everyone's left.
It's always the ref.
I'll take it.
Subs, how are you doing, sir?
All good, all good, all good.
Nana, how you doing?
Yeah. Well, I have to be okay, innit? It's my fault.
We're gonna go straight into it. Oh, actually, before we begin, as you can see, we have someone missing from the panel. I think he's ill. I think he's ill. Big shout out to Chris, the Wizard Hubbard, vice captain of Hollington, couldn't make it today. So we kind of wish him well, and I'm sure that we will be speaking to him sometime in the week or definitely next week Sunday. Nana, do you want to say anything about Chris Hubbard right now?
Hey, don't put me on the spot. I hope it's all right. I hope it's all right. You know,
hope it's all right.
Yeah,
hope it's all right. All right, we're gonna go straight into it. We're gonna go straight into the league results from yesterday. Catford beat Hollington 5-3. Leone Stars and Sporting Santos. It was postponed. I believe Leone Stars get the points, right, Nana?
Yeah. I think that I think Santos couldn't get a team out, so the points go to Leone Stars. However, I think the committee, we've learned from our mistakes over the past few seasons when a game is awarded a team when all the facts are not set. So the best thing to do is postpone the game. It's decided the following week at the committee meeting, and then when all the facts are lodged in, then the points are awarded, or whatever decision is made properly.
Cool. And then LSU Masters beat Independent in the London FA Vets Cup quarter final. And we're going to go into the league standings right now. Hollington are first with 18. Catford are second with 17 points. Bow Street third, 13. Masters fourth with 12 points. Kouya fifth. And Independent sixth with 10 points, respectively. Leone Stars with 9, and Sporting Santos still yet to register a point. Nana, let's go straight into the Catford Hollington game. Could you kind of please give us your analysis of the game?
It was a credit to the league. It was a good game of football. We've been waiting for this game for a long, long time. We got slapped 6-0 in the first leg, and everybody who wanted to play football, who was up for it, was waiting for us to be able to get the opportunity to test ourselves against, arguably the best side in the competition or in the league. So we were definitely waiting for it. I said to you before that on this Vets thing, it's about who's available on the day and who turns up on the day as well. The first game we had 13 men, and even the 12 and 13 were sort of injured. We turned up, and as I said to the boys, it was a dress rehearsal for us in terms of what's to come, because this is our first season in the top flight. And some of these teams have been here for a while. Hollington have recruited extremely well, so we knew it was going to be a huge monumental task to get something out of that game. We got beat, licked our wounds and waited for them. This game, like I said, everybody was waiting for it. Again, we're missing a few, especially on a Saturday morning. It's the manager's worst nightmare when somebody calls you and says, "Oh, I have Valentine's Day weekend with a missus, so I'm not going to be able to stand up. Or I've just got a flu or something. It's a madness. But again, credit to the boys. We still had 17, almost 18 who turned up, were ready for war. As soon as the game started, I think we went right at them. I think within 10 minutes we were 2-0 up. They didn't get opportunities to settle really. Possibly, I think 30 minutes in, we gave away a penalty, and it got 2-1.
And again, we have to say that was the correct decision.
I think so. I thought it was a bit soft from where I saw it. Obviously, the contact was. So I'm looking at both players, and the contact was because the opposition was in front of me, and my player was behind him.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think I thought he went down in stages, and it always a telltale when somebody's going down in stages that the contact was not major. Because gravity, your natural way of falling down, you can clearly see it. But the referee was, looking right across, albeit he was a bit far away, and he gave it, and we just have to, get on with it. It was 2-1. Before halftime, I think they scored again, and it became 2-2. Again, from something that I thought was shouldn't have stood, because I thought I got my hands on the ball, and someone kicked me, but he said it was my own player. Don't know. It's one of those games that you felt that you could get something out of. I think there was a lot of belief there that they could get something out, because we worked so hard for our goals, and I felt like we gifted them our goals. So halftime went in, we didn't make any changes in terms of personnel, but we decided to up the tempo even more. We came out the same way second half, just as we did the first half, and I think within the first 10-15 minutes we went ahead again. It became 3-2. They scored again, it became 3-3. The last 20 minutes, we stood our shape, used the channels a lot, managed to open them up twice, and scored 2 goals. And that's all she wrote. I know they had a few injuries on the day, quite a few absentees on the day as well. But I think on yesterday, I think there was only one team who wanted it the most, and that was Catford. Because any team that Hollington put out, there were stages where they controlled the game. We just stood in our shape and let them do what they wanted to do. Get the ball behind, in front of us. But I think that yesterday is only one team who wanted it the most, and it was Catford. Hence, being able to come out with the maximum points.
So from yesterday's starting 11, who do you want to probably shout out and probably recognize?
From our side or Hollington?
Let's start from Hollington side first.
The usual faces. We saw Ainsley, or former Catford player. Shout out to Ainsley, Nelson. There's so many of them, so many familiar faces. Not another former player. Manager C was there. It was really good. It was really good to see all these faces, and Lodge, Smudge. It was a good game. It was good to see all those faces. But most importantly, after the game, I think we were in the clubhouse for like 2 hours, probably more. Having a chat, bands, having a few drinks, and that was my takeaway from that game, because it's not about the result really. It's about this community. It's about being able to network and still de-stress, and enjoy ourselves. Lots of hugs, lots of compliments and well wishes. That was my biggest takeaway from yesterday's game. From Catford's side, I think Kofi was undoubtedly the man of the match. It was a tie one between him and Seb, but I thought Kofi absolutely bullied their centre backs. There was some balls that I didn't think that he had any business winning or getting close to, but he did and made something out of nothing most times. Kept running the channel, was strong, held up play very, very well, which allowed us to come up the pitch and play football in the final third. So Kofi will be the man of the match, closely followed by Seb. Yinka was outstanding. Tony, again, Johnny was great. I thought you had a very good game. Yeah, I'm surprised to say, but I thought you had a. I thought you had a very good game. I thought you covered very, very well. I thought you partnered very well with Tony, especially as Tony was going in with his man. You always anticipated that and covered when the ball went over the top. Got a good strong head to it. Send it further up the pitch so we can pick up the second balls, and it was quite crucial at times. I thought everybody sort of dug in, especially the physical battles. The first ball, the second balls, it was fiercely contested. It was evident that we didn't want to lose that game yesterday. So, yeah, shout out to all the Clapham boys.
So when you found out what the score was, I mean, what was your first reaction?
Listen, there's no doubt. Like for me, I'm going to say as is like Hollerton are the team to beat. They're the best team I think I've seen this. Well, I know I've seen this season. The players they signed compared to like last season, they're an unreal squad, and they've done absolutely superb to get some of them players in, keep players happy, and they haven't just won games, they've dominated games. When you start playing like that, though, you're the team to beat. Like LSU, we're everyone's final to a thing. And when you beat LSU, it's like that. So you go in, it's hard to be that every week out. Everyone really, they're not turning up. They're turning up to beat you because it's with heart as well. Catford's got a unique way of playing where they can get points off people. Like you got pace, it comes out here. There's strength in there. It's consistent. Catford Wanderers, you've made it a fortress. You have especially when you're going downhill, you know exactly what to do against the other teams. Look, no one's immortal. Everyone's going to drop points at the end of the day. A win, fair play. Maybe a draw we was all expecting. Either draw or a Hollerton win. But it's for us seeing it's a bonus for us because it's points dropped to the team. They're the ones to beat. Hollerton are the team to beat this year. They're for me, they're favourites to go on. But if everyone else keeps plugging away and doing their thing, then they're dropping points. It makes it exciting, doesn't it? It makes the league open up to, instead of just one team running away with it, you got 2-3 teams now, 3-4 teams potentially with a shout.
Yeah, so true. I mean, let me just show the table again. I mean, even from independent upwards, like the table can change really, really quickly. So from 6 upwards, it's so tight. And again, like
the only stars can beat you on their day.
100%. And actually, I know it was a couple of weeks ago, I kind of said that the league was, that the league was weaker. And literally, I had to kind of think about what I said afterwards, because I know yourself, Sub, and literally Nana said, no, it's not. It's just a lot more competitive. And literally, after yesterday's result, I was actually thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? This is literally what we want. We want it to go down to the wire, to like the last game of the season, where again people are looking at everyone's goal difference, their points, etc. And the question to you, Nana, if it does go down to like the last 2 games, or like possibly like the last game, how are you going to make it fair for like those teams that can potentially win it, to kind of make sure that everyone at least plays on the same day?
Oh, well, from a committee perspective, there's not much really we can do, because there's X amount of games to play. Over the last few seasons, for example, LSU, because they've gone further into a lot of competitions, they've always been playing catch up to, people who have played 10 games, that have played 6, that sort of thing. There's not a lot we can do. All you can do is win your games. If you win your games, it's not about fairness. If you win your games, with the league. It's as simple as. Now, yes, you could say, okay, ideally you'd want all the games, especially all the final games, to be played on the last day. But you and I know that weather permitting and county cups and league cups and all that doesn't, it's almost impossible for that to happen. So teams play their games, and let's see, because if you win your games, you win the league. And it's like we said the previous time we were on, it's not weaker. It's a very competitive league. I honestly still think that it will go down to the wire. I think Hollington would win it, but our jobs would be to push them very, very, very close. We just keep on trying to win football games. At the end of the season, we see what happens.
Yeah. No, Hollington, I like favourites, definitely. And again, shout out to everyone at Hollington. As it was kind of played in a very competitive but like fair like manner. There wasn't really any contentious decisions, no mistimed challenges.
Yeah. Let's mention that again. There was no mistimed tackles. There was no bad tackles. There's not people taking people out on the day.
No.
To breeze. To breeze.
Everything was fair. Everything was fair. I don't know what you're trying to say.
So you didn't get it, did you?
Yeah, no, I literally got it. So yeah, stop.
No, I'm talking to Sal. Sal didn't get it.
I hear nothing.
Actually, like there was like one people. So actually, there was a challenge with myself and Lodge. Okay, so all right. So first and foremost, I didn't touch the ball. Second of all, I didn't touch Lodge, so it should have been a goal kick, but the referee gave a corner. I think literally that was the only contentious decision, and that was at 2-0 to us. So if they would have scored that, then but like who knows? But I mean, apart from that, it was again played in a kind of great manner. And again, shout out to everyone at Hollington. There's 2 people I want to mention from like Catford. So first of all, I want to mention Tony Chin, our like captain. There was a period there was a corner, and I lost my man, and it was Nelson. I lost Nelson, and I think he got a header on goal. And Tony Chin looked at me, and I can't even tell you exactly on there what he said to me, but he really kind of tore me a new one. And literally that was like Tabriz, you have to step up now. Like you can't, well, not coast, but like your concentration is literally just got to be on. So and again, for me, that's what a captain does. They kind of look around, they like, literally make sure that every single player is absolutely on it. And again, that's the reason why Tony Chin is our captain. So again, big shout out to like Tony Chin. And
Captain
another
consistent, player, Captain fantastic.
Yeah, 100%. And someone else as well. I want to shout out Johnny. And the reason why I'm shouting out Johnny, and I was thinking about this yesterday, in terms of like the vets, well, ever since I played vets football, I think Johnny's probably done the most selfless thing. And I was thinking about it yesterday, the most selfless thing in like vets football. So at the time, and of course, like we're playing Hollington, So of course, everyone's adrenaline. You know, people literally want to play like the whole 90 minutes, etc. And literally, Nana was making a sub, and it was someone else that was coming off. But Johnny said, no. You stay on. Let me come off because of X, Y, and Z. Like whatever it was, it would have been very easy. Yeah, it was tied. It was, it would have been very easy to Johnny to have stayed on the pitch and like gone through the whole 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But like he like knew deep down exactly what the other person brought to the team. And literally that person that was on the pitch scored as well. So again, it's these little things that I notice, like, men that are very like unselfish, and literally they're not thinking about themselves, they're thinking about the team. So yeah, so I want to shout out Tony Chin and also Johnny from Catford, and also as well, I was gonna do it at the I'm gonna literally do it now. So I want to kind of shout out Ainsley, because the reason why I want to shout out Ainsley, because there was a period where Catford was going to fold before, and literally when Ainsley was at LSUB, and literally Ainsley decided to go back to Catford to literally transform Catford to literally where he left it. So if it wasn't to Ainsley, we don't know if there was going to be a Catford Vets A team. And of course, Nana's taken on the role, and literally he's going to put his own stamp on it as well. So, we've got to give Ainsley a shout out. And also as well, I'm shouting out Lloydie, I'm shouting out LSU, the brand, because all of us have come from LSU. There's so many clubs that have been formed because of LSU, because of Accra as well. So like part of management from LSU, I'm giving you guys like the biggest props as well. So, and again, this is what the Vets community does. They bring people together. They bring people that, we've like been on the field for the past 15, 20 years, even some like people from like primary school. And literally now we're still playing football in our ripe old age of, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, some of us. So again, I want to shout out to like the pioneers, to the people that have got us to where we are now. And Nana, Sub, and myself, like we promised that we are going to create a legacy for literally the next wave of Vets players to actually come and actually kind of take it forward. So that's what I want to say now. Sub, let's talk about LSU and your London Cup game against Independent. And see, before we do that, let me go to the results. I have them here. So these are the results from the quarterfinals. Sporting Bengal beat West Fulham 4-1, which was for me a surprise. I'm not gonna lie. Herne Bay lost to Brentwood. Brentwood are a team very similar to Summers, and I'm not gonna say who told me about Brentwood, but they are going to be a dark horse in this tournament. They're in the semi-finals now, and also LSU Masters beating Independent 1-0. Sub, could you please talk us through the game against Independent?
As you can imagine, from the get-go, straight away, both teams are right. Back in midfield is like what I can say. Like, I think Independent's free in midfield was superb. LSU's free in midfield, even better. We had Mark Sinclair and Baz play. What? Say it was end to end, and there was 100 chances that there wasn't. There was a lot of football played. We saw good football from both teams, and the game. We went for a big roll of the dice. I think we ended up with about 5 strikers on towards the end. Goalmouth scramble, really. A few corners we were getting. The ball's falling to Ashley Carew, who always is you want it to fall to inside of the box, and calm as you like in the back of the net. The game itself, as I said, it wasn't like they had a chance, we had a chance. It was end to end. It was a footballing game with a little bit of, a lack of end product, if you like. Both teams played it as gentlemen as well. There was no, no flare ups. The referees. I always mention the referees. I need to stop. It wasn't. I wasn't saying that they were the best, but they weren't the worst. There was points at the game where I think, right, ref, you've given that, but the exact same thing has happened 5 minutes later. But consistently inconsistent for both teams. So it was just like we done something and then they've gone, we just done that. You gave us a free kick. There was a issue with a booking, which everyone, like the independent players, thought our right back was already booked, so he was get a red card. But when the ref showed the yellow card, he showed it to another player, and it caused confusion. Where it should never be confusion, because you should know who you booked from the get-go, and everyone else should know who was booked at that time. But yeah, no, I can't say there was, it was, at the end, handshakes and everything, banter at the beginning, couple of drinks after, couple of cigarettes after, it's just how everyone was socializing, and as you said, it was just a good game to be a part of. Obviously, we're happy we won. The London Cup is our goal this year. We want to win everything. We're in that, and the league. We are really focusing on that, and we sat there and was waiting for the other results to get in, because Herne Bay was only playing around the corner in Kidbrooke as well. So we was waiting for that one, and it was just like, I played Herne Bay a couple of times. They've got a good team, and Brentwood's come out of nowhere, really. And if you look at their league, they've got games in hand. I think they've only lost 2. I don't know. It's not been drawn that we play Brentwood yet, is it?
No. I'll be doing the draw either sometime this week or like next week. But I'll actually let everyone know.
Yeah, but it's it's just to see the teams that are left in. The Sporting Bengal as well. It's I know everyone knows who that team is. They got a big club. You've seen it. They've got some great players there. It's no shock that they're in this part. And then is it Highgate and Mayfair the last?
So let's have a look again. Let me put this up. So yeah, so it's Highgate and Mayfair. They are playing, I believe, on the 2nd of March.
So yeah, at this point in, even quarterfinal stage, there's no bad teams left. There's no teams, like the round before, bit of a mismatch in terms of athleticism. But now in this, this is a crunch stage. Like you're not gonna, I'm gonna say it and go, yeah, easy. We got our hands on the trophy, because it's not. But it'll be nice to see you. We're getting a draw. Hopefully, a nice home Saturday fixture. That would be brilliant.
Mm-hmm. So, for like Yusuf, and I kind of mentioned it briefly to like Nana, like you guys have only played 6 games in the league. You guys are in the semi-final of the London Cup. Like the fixtures are piling up. What do you think the league can actually do to actually help you guys out, if anything?
A run of games would be nice. It's I know we're in the tournaments, but weeks we're not. We just don't have games. What's hard is you have had teams drop out, and the league is a lot smaller. I know there was talks at the beginning of the year. I was at the end of season committee meeting, whatever it's called. Should you have more teams in the top league? But then the issue does go, yeah, it's all well and good, and then you've got 8 of our teams still in the London Cup, then rains off, and then all of a sudden you're asking people to play 20 matches, and plus everyone, teams at this level are going to semi-finals, quarterfinals, cup finals. So I get that side of it as well, but you know, really, with the amount of teams in this league, if we played every week, this league would have been done before Christmas. That's the harsh reality of it. Like, there's not enough teams, but you know, you're still in the cup, aren't you, as well?
So we're in the Beckenham and we're in the senior, right, Nana?
Yes, that's what I mean. We've all got, you know, in some form of competition still. Hollerton won 12-1 or 9-1 last week. They're still in that side of the cup as well. So you get why there isn't that many teams in, but then it does cause a problem. The breaks in fixtures, and just for us, we just want a bit of consistency. I looked at the fixtures now. We're back to back with games, which we haven't had all season, and that's when last year. That's when we switched the switch on. You was hit, miss, hit.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out to Dave Osgood, who's the fiscal secretary now, who's taking over from the previous one, and he's done, if anything, he's done too good of a job for most divisions, because everybody's on track to finish. We, from 3 weeks ago, we have back-to-back games till end of March, beginning of April. Whether if the weather was good, most of us would have finished the league by February. You know, so I think he's done an amazing. I think next week as a committee, there's a lot of things in the pipeline to think about in terms of the constitution of the divisions, to make it even more competitive, and to make sure that people are actually playing games week in, week out. We just have to be careful, because if they finish early, what you find is a lot of teams will then pick up other players who have already finished the league, and then go and join another division, probably lower, and then smash that division, which will not be fair. Barnhurst have finished right now. Yes, they're in a few cups, but they won the division, you know, with what, 2 or 3 games to go. So what stops them from, you know, jumping onto another, you know, division, lower division, some of the players? You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that are being thought about in the pipeline, but we're working on it.
Well, we had that with the Legends last year. Like our season was pretty much done by Christmas, and we had 1 or 2 games where we joined up with the Masters, which obviously worked in favour for everyone. And as I said, when we had that run of games, we went unbeaten until the cup final, like in the league and everything, and everything clicked together, come together, and you know, we was going at every game, win, even last minute winners to smashing teams. The only time we lost was the cup final to Summers, from when we had that run of games, and it was, you know, it was consistent. And even after the cup final, we still had to play Charcoal and Wallingham to secure the league. So it's, you know, a run of games is important for every team, you know, consistency.
So true. Nana, who do you think's favourite to actually win the London Cup? And you're on mute as well.
You'd always want to say LSU. I mean, last season's finalist, 2 seasons ago, champions. So they have a pedigree of getting there almost every season in the last 3 years. But they are definitely dark horses, as we've seen this time around. So it'll be interesting. Whoever wins it would thoroughly deserve it.
Yeah,
I look forward to the finals.
Yeah, I think I would say LSU are favourites, depending on how the semi-final drops. I mean, I would love to see a LSU Brentwood final, but because I really think Brentwood are going to be like the underdogs again. Like they are, no one really knows a lot about them. But I mean, I think after beating Herne Bay, and again, well, they beat Herne Bay, they beat Hollington as well. So they're no mugs. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. But speaking about Hollington, we have a special guest. We have Lodgy that's literally coming on to the show. What's going on, Lodge? You good? Lodge.
Ratted, Lord, you're right.
Lodgy. Lodge.
He doesn't realize he's on.
How is he? Lodgy.
That's this heavy breathing for.
All right, well, I mean, hey, like, Lodgy, like, literally, send us a text. Send us a text. Big shout out to that Lodge. Hopefully that is okay. But yeah, no, I mean, I think this like year, again, we've got Sporting, Bengal, of course, Highgate and like Mayfair. I don't really know too much about Mayfair, but Highgate, I do. Of course, LSU. Yeah, it's I think it's going to be a very, very interesting affair. And again, I don't know exactly where like the cup final will be. I will probably talk to Jamal probably in the next couple of weeks to actually find that out. Question to like both of you. And I'll start with like you, Nana. What was the biggest takeaway from yesterday's game against Hollington?
Before you do, I think it's quite low.
Oh, okay, let me. Lodge.
He says he can hear us, but we cannot hear him.
We can't hear you, bro.
So it's probably not only me, but
bro, we can't hear you. No, bro, we can't hear you, man.
Turn your lights on to start with. It sounds like there's some cave.
Yeah, man. This is exactly how you disappeared in the second half. Oh, okay, but bro, we can't hear you. No, we can't hear you, bro.
Are you using earphones? So just turn your volume up then.
We can't hear you, bro.
Okay,
you know,
yeah. I was going to suggest test your mic and your thing, and then we can get you back on.
Yeah, try again, bro.
Are you talking now?
Nah. We can't hear you, man. What's going on? What's going on, man? We can't hear you. I'd have been. Actually, you know what? Before you go, the challenge yesterday, do you think it was a penalty? It wasn't a penalty, bro.
Try. We'd love to hear from you. So try in the back room. Try your settings. Try the audio settings, and see where is that. Because sometimes it might be on the default. And then text me when you're ready, and we'll try and get you back on. Yeah.
Yeah. Big shout out to that Lodge. You know what? Lodge is so tricky. He can go either way, left, right. He's a player that's kind of really kind of, what I've realized playing Vets football, and again, Sub and Nana, I'd love to get your thoughts about this. Yes, you may lose a bit of pace, like a yard or two, but like the quickness of your mind, your football IQ, that's what makes decent players good and what makes good players great. And I'd love to get everyone's opinion about that.
Yeah, so if we were gonna laugh that I said him, but Jason Pinnock for our team, like you can see he must have had legs before. But the way he reads the game now is he doesn't need the pace. You know, he knows whether to set a trap with the striker and then come in from it, or he knows how to, read it and drop off. And the mind, over the athleticism, there's very few quality players like that. And he just, I'll give him stick when he misses a call like a penalty or a header at the back post. But the actual defending, for someone who's not a defender either, just that's where he hasn't got the legs he had when he was in his 20s. Of course he hasn't. But just be able to read it, get the ball, play, get forward. Like I think some of that is, everyone likes to ping the ball to the fast player out wide and let them run. But to have players that can still actually play football with their brain, is at this age, they're normally vets. Everyone goes, "Oh yeah, the fittest boys win, the fastest boys win." Jason's proving that. Jason, I'm not saying you're slow before you start, but it's just that that quality about it, and he's one of many players in that I've seen in vets football do it. So the brain is always that good to have.
Yeah, true. And Nana?
Yeah, I mean, I echo what Sub just said. The football is about brains, isn't it? You can be as quick as you want, but if you have no brains, you'll be like a, sorry to say that, like a Theo Walcott at times, because he's just used to run the ball out of play. But being able to have the brains to back it, knowing when to knowing when to make your run on the shoulder of the defender. I mean, people like Lodge, Nino, Save, Ansa, Steph. You don't want to play against them as a defender. You really don't want to play against them because you're always on your toes. I swear, Lodge brings you the first game.
Oh, I mean, listen, and Nana, I should blame you for that because you play me out of position, and if you're gonna give Lodge a 10-yard start on anyone, then there's no point in anyone playing. But I mean, I thought yesterday, as a team, we did a lot better. And Lodge, I don't think we can hear you again. No, I don't even know. Honestly, I can't even. Are you using your phone? Are you using headphones? Try using headphones. Cool. Let me. So yeah, sorry. My question was to not actually not. Let me kind of start with Sub first. What was your biggest takeaway from yesterday's game against Independent?
Us as a team, LSU once again, heart. It was just there. We were bringing players off. Some of the subs we were doing. No one wanted to go. And I go penalties. I always do. I played with Yogi for years, but we had that determination. It was never going to go there. And the 80th minute went by, 82nd, 83rd. As I said, we ended up with Edgar, Joel, Carew, Caleb, Gibbo. We've got 5 strikers on the pitch. Baz was just hitting up there. We've had to pull Mark into centre back. Jason was in the box when this was all happening. It was, it could have come just before, but it didn't. We did miss a couple of chances earlier on, and then, it was just that we wanted the game to be done, and you can see that 90 minutes the game was going to finish, and the ball being in the box, you've always got half a chance of scoring. It was wanting to put that ball in the back of net. Sometimes you see strikers that going either just striking it as hard as they can or no look shot. The composure was there and everyone was it could have fallen to anyone. It's fallen to Ash Carew, bang. I must say Mark went centre back. He played well. It's just people were just on the game. Man of the match, Sinclair. Superb once again. What a player he is. Up and down, wants to win. And, that energy just, especially in that last 5 minutes, just, the team just lit up, and then the goal went in, and that was it. Game was done. There was no need to play any more minutes of that, and that's what it was. That togetherness that we're getting, and that's one of our chants we all say before the game, like together, all get brought in, and that's what our words that comes out of Lloydie's mouth. And look, as I said before, Lloyd is so inspirational with his speaking, and that one word together, when he's put in a proper speech, it becomes such a strong word, and it goes out, and then that's what happened. We was together right at the end, and that's where we got our result.
I love that. Let's have one more try. Lodge, can you hear us? You can.
You gotta get us all in the studio to breathe. That's it.
Yeah, this like I have to be a studio thing. Wow, because I want to kind of hear from Lodgy still, because of course Lodge is a referee as well, so like it'd be good to kind of get his kind of POV regarding how the referee did yesterday, of course, about like the challenge and like the game. Oh, okay, so you're like saying that the referee was nah. Do you think Hollington deserves something from the game yesterday? Do you think teams raise their game when they play you? And do you think people are very surprised at kind of Catford's emergence in the top division? Gosh,
it's a shame, man. It's a shame because Lord has been affiliated a bit with Catford as well. I mean, you almost joined Catford before you joined.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It would have been good to hear from him. Like, yeah, let's get into the studio.
Do you think Hollington are the favourites to win the league? And who do you think your closest rivals are right now? There's 5 teams. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so we'll say LSU, Kawuya, Catford, Independent. Who else is there? Bow Street? Bow Street could win it.
No chance.
Yeah, listen, I mean, Bow Street have a way that they play. And, if you can get them on a good day, they will literally turn you over. I mean, like we didn't beat them at their ground.
No, the thing is, like you're right, they have a way of playing. It's about getting into your head and grinding the game. Sometimes screaming and shouting at the referee. If the referee's not experienced, you see the scale of decisions going their way. Every time, the last 3 seasons, every time we played Bow Street, it felt, if we drew, it felt like we dropped points. That kind of feeling. If I play Hollington and I draw, I'm like, I've got a point. You see what I'm saying? But a team like Bow Street, I know that if you don't turn up properly, obviously any team will turn you over. But in terms of the quality of play, the skill level all around, you feel like, yes, they'll get points of teams, but as in winning the league, I don't think, that's just my humble opinion, I just don't think they are there yet. But they're here for a reason, because they were second last season.
Yeah. Lord, I've got another question for you. Do you prefer playing at the inside forward as a on the right hand side, or do you prefer playing as a wing back? Anywhere. And she were you happy about your performance yesterday? First half was, I think literally first half you was definitely more of a threat first half. Second half, not that much.
Yeah, the change. I thought I was surprised with Wellington yesterday's first half. Even when they went 2-0 down, they still put the ball on the floor and still try to play and try to create chance and try to get behind. But second half, that changed maybe the last 20 minutes to half an hour, and the ball was going long, which you guys were dealing with all the time because our fullbacks just dropped 5 and cleaned up. All the centre backs cleaned up, so that sort of played into our hands. But when they put the ball on the floor and started moving the ball about, because we're very good at doing those triangles and playing the ball over the top. And that caused us problems because, obviously, in the middle, with Knots and Wizard coming on and all that, it was smoother because people could hold on the ball, they didn't rush on the ball, they could find that pass. But I think our shape sort of made the difference. I thought if they kept playing and trying to move things around, it might cause us a lot more problems, especially in the first half, because we were so calm when we were 2-0 down. They started going very direct in the last. Obviously, they wanted to get up the pitch and trying to make stuff happen. I can understand that, but that sort of played into our hands. But that's what I thought from yesterday.
So you guys have played Hollington twice already in the league. The last time that was it 2-1? And literally, how was that game for you guys? Did you think you guys deserve something from that game?
No, yes and no. That they was organized. Who was playing? Ryan James. He had a great game. He was just winning everything, mopping up. We had our chances. We did have our chances. But we weren't. This is with any team. If you're not clinical in front of goal, teams like Hollington will punish you. And we gave away a penalty literally straight after we conceded, and it was just back to back bang. And Hollington, I said, Hollington, one of the best teams I've seen in this league, and they can punish you like that. And then can't remember who the other guy's name was who went centre back, but Ryan James was the other one who went centre back. You can't win stuff against these guys. Yeah. These guys are built to win their headers, to win their battles, and they were just cleaning up every single time. We did have the chance right at the end. Striker hit it. He put it wide of the post. You would have thought any other time he would have tapped it in, but he missed. But on the day, Hollington deserved the win. Say it as it is. They beat us both times this year. Obviously they've earned the right for me, for us LSU to say they're the best team in the league at the moment, and that's our is there Hollington your title to lose, really. I feel you've got one hand on a trophy.
I told them that yesterday. I said to them that I don't see any team, so far as I'm concerned. They've beat the last season champions twice. Arguably they were missing some players, and provided we are going to do everything to stay in this league this season. I'm looking forward to a full squad for Wellington against a full squad of Catford, because I believe that'll be a cracking game. It's apart from the skill level and all that, there's a lot of heart involved in both teams. So it can be scrappy, it can be physical, but it can also be beautiful game of football. So it will be interesting, and as someone who loves football, games that you relish and you look forward to playing.
Very true. Lodge, so you guys have got Leone Stars next week. I'm actually guessing that you guys want a positive reaction from like yesterday's game. And regarding the other games, either can give me a thumbs up or like a thumbs down. Do you think Independent will beat Bolden Sports in the cup? Do you think LSU Masters will beat Kuya in the league?
Draw. You like that, wouldn't you?
And of course, Hollington, Leone Stars, you're going to say Hollington to win. And Wallenham Super Vets against Catford. Do you think Catford can actually beat Wallenham? Cool.
Thank you. If I'm too kind.
Yeah. Cool. No, you know what I mean, and again, exactly what I said halfway through like the show. I know that we can all banter, and we can talk about refereeing decisions, but like there's a reason why the community is as strong as it is now, and there's a reason why there's like certain clubs and certain people. Without them probably even thinking about it, they've literally birthed a lot of other teams and literally a lot of other people to actually continue playing like vets, like football. And it's really important. I know, I mean, myself and Sub were like speaking about it before we kind of came online, where like the cost of living is like ridiculous now. And sometimes like the first thing that people think about is, money that they're spending on activities like football, but also as like men of a certain generation and a kind of certain era, like we kind of have to make sure that we kind of keep this going and literally make sure that we look after ourselves, because yes, there's the kind of competitive side, but if you're not doing something with other people that literally have the same interest as you, you'll actually realize very, 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 very quickly how like life can be very boring and very, very, very stressful. So literally, I really urge teams to kind of keep on going. Even if you're getting like the minimal players, or if you're struggling just to even pay for pitches, just honestly just kind of keep on going, because like we need as many men in 35 and over to just continue playing sports. It's so important. It's so important because again, like the highest rate of suicide in men is literally from 40 to like 60. 40 to 60, like you're still young, and it's like because they've just lost their kind of sense of belonging, and actually football brings you that sense of belonging. So like it's really, really, really important that we just keep plugging away and again creating a very competitive league, that we're doing now. So yeah, shout out to like Nana, Sub, Lodge. Again, thank you so much for coming on. And you know what, Sub? Yeah, we should definitely do like a studio conversation. Get like everyone in, possibly at the end of the season. We can do like an end of season roundup, and actually get as many people in. And let's kind of talk about everything. Nothing is off the table. So yeah, again, shout out to Nana, Sub, Lodge, shout out to Catford, Independent, Hollington, LSU, Kuya, Santos, Bow Street. Everyone in the league, honestly. Without you guys, there's like no show. There's like no league. So again, shout out to everyone. And actually, Nana, Sub, do you guys have anything to say before we wrap up?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, no, I would echo the things that you've said. Again, I really enjoyed myself yesterday, not because we won, but the fact that after the game, I mean, before and after the game, there was never any animosity. like I said, it stayed in the clubhouse for over 2 hours, 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours. You know, just fans talking, having a drink, and all that. And that's I believe that's so important, especially how maybe 2 seasons ago there was a lot of animosity, there was lots of bad blood, you know, here and there, you know, and it's not, it wasn't even worth it. And a lot of people I know have stepped away from football. They don't enjoy it anymore because of some of these things. And it's good to see these clubs coming together again and, you know, playing football, enjoying themselves on and off the pitch, which I'm sure would go when to getting people back into football, you know, enjoying themselves. Like you never want to see, you know, hear somebody's committed suicide or something bad has happened to somebody because they have no sense of belonging. It's a horrid thing to be alone. So if you feel down, if you are not all right, speak up the phone and call someone. You know, because at the end of the day, we are family. You know, so let's try to enjoy ourselves. Let's try to enjoy that and be there for each other.
Yeah, 100%, man. Lodge, anything to say, bro?
Seriously.
Oh boy. No, again, shout to everyone. And yes, we will be back next week. And again, thank you again to Sub, Nana, Lodge. And actually, before we go, so Lodge, is like Chris ill? Like, is he ill? You don't know. Okay, that's
So
what I have to say.
Maybe you know, maybe it's on the VT yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, boy, but you know what? He actually did have to shoot off quick. So literally, I'm gonna give him like the benefit of the doubt because normally Chris will actually have a kind of, you know, sit down with people. Like he had to shoot off. But again, shout out.
I love Chris.
Yeah, you know, hope you well. And yeah, until the next time, guys. Until the next time. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week, Sunday.